Hey TRX people, my name is Jessica. Welcome to Connect and Move. We will be starting on the mat today. So when you're standing, your straps or your handles are going to be hitting you about mid-shin. If you do have a door mount or anchor, your straps or your handles are going to be a little bit lower, right? So I'll stand up, you won't be able to see my head, but this is about where I have them hitting me, okay? So get your straps sorted. Your mat is down, all right? And we are going to start with your feet or your legs straight out in front of you. And your feet are gonna be just underneath your anchor point or up against the wall. From here, go ahead and grab your handles and you're just gonna lie down. So lie down on your back, knees are bent, feet are hip socket distance apart. So if holding onto the handles feels like the straps are pulling you, I want you to find your hands into the straps. All right, so you of course will honor your body, right? Take any adjustments that you need. So I want you to feel that long line of energy out through the crown of your head and down through your tailbone. Feel like your fingertips are reaching past your legs. Those shoulders are rolling open. There's a gentle press down into the straps to kind of fire up your chest expansion muscles, and feel that there's a tripod connection down through your feet. Take a big breath in here. And then on your exhale, give me a little tuck of the pelvis. If you want to keep going, right, you can go all the way up into your bridge. Make sure your chest is relaxed at the top and then just roll down through your spine. If you need to take more of a hinge bridge option, right, please do so. Again, roll the tailbone under. Keep those inner thighs connected, not necessarily together, but just active. And then all the way down. So take these first few bridges slow and just make connections. Check in with your feet. Make sure that the toes are down. You're elongating the neck, the waist. And feel like your hips are being pulled to your feet as you go all the way down. The next time your tailbone plants into the mat, maybe you rock it away a little bit further and find a little extension. Flare the ribs if that feels good, and then let everything come back down, roll the hips up. So we're kind of going into a little bit of a flexion, plank or flat back, and then a little bit of extension. The next time your hips are up, I want you to pause here. Think about there being more weight into your feet than your upper body. Once again, find those inner thighs. And then from here, without letting the knees shift a whole lot, just drop your right hip down a little bit and then lift it up. Drop your left hip down a little bit and up. Tiny little spiraling action. Think of those upper arm bones rolling into the mat, even though they're lifted. And just relax your face, relax the throat. Hoping you're feeling a little bit more of the back body kicking on here. Think pubic bone higher than your 2 hip points. Let's do 3 and 2 and 1. Go ahead and find center and elongate as you roll all the way down, down, down. All right, go ahead and take your heels into the straps. Make sure that when you straighten your legs out, you're not going to be kicking the door. So with your feet into the straps, I want you to think footwork on the reformer. If you've never done that, no worries. I'm going to cue you through it. So think pinky toes pulling back, balls of the feet are pushing forward. The inner thighs are trying to hug in, even though, right, if they might not be touching, that's fine, okay? So find energy down through the heels. Reach the arms up to the ceiling and back behind you. Take a big breath in. Think good morning stretch here. And then on your exhale, soften the ribs down, but keep reaching the arms back behind you. Again, big breath in here. Find a little bit more length. And then on your exhale, soften down through the base of the ribs. Blow all that air out. On your next inhale, pick the arms up to the ceiling. Find that broad collarbone. Exhale as you curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. If this is not for you, right, you can keep your head down, but you're gonna stay here, keep the energy into the legs and start pumping here for your 100. Inhale and exhale. The challenge here, right, is to keep tension into the straps, keep your tailbone heavy, and keep your low back neutral, right? So my pelvis isn't tucked. I've got that tiny little arch in the small of my back. And think of these fingertips or these hands being into the straps on the reformer, right? Or on the tower. Each time you exhale, I want you to empty the lungs with those strong pumps. And then as you inhale, you fully, fully, fully inflate. And then exhale, 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 fully deflate. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You lower all the way down. Reach the arms back behind you. Once again, find that good morning stretch. Exhale, soften the ribs, pick the arms back up, and then roll yourself up, up, up. If you've got that wall, right, you might have to scoot away a little bit. So round forward here. Remember, pinky toes are pulling back. You're keeping weight down into the straps. And then from here, you're just gonna roll yourself back. Think of the heels reaching away. Roll back, hold on to your legs if you need to. Go all the way back. Arms reach back behind you. Arms pick back up. Use your exhale in your sticky spot. You round up and over. So think of chest going forward, ribs pulling back, and then roll yourself back down. Feel like the pelvis is rolling under you. All the way back. Arms reach back. They pick up. Strong punch out through the arms, up and over. Now this time I want you to stay forward. Take a big breath into the ribs. And then as you exhale, maybe you can go a little bit further. Take another big breath in. And then on your exhale, you're gonna slowly, slowly roll back. Control it. Push down through your heels a little bit more, little bit more, little bit more. Arms go back. Alrighty, now take the straps back into your hands. If you have that door mount, you might have to scoot a little bit closer here. So make sure that you can still straighten your legs out. In fact, if you can get a foot connected to the wall, even better. Okay, so from here, keep your left heel or left leg down. Bring your right knee into your chest. Arms are just pressing down into the straps, and then straighten your right leg up to the ceiling, pause. Feel like your right hip is drawing to your left inner thigh and your left heel is reaching away. Lots of things here. Now, all I want you to do is keep that right leg razor straight and then find external rotation and then find internal rotation. External and internal. So it's just that thigh bone spiraling in the socket, and think of that big toe or your toes just kind of circling or spiraling on the ceiling. Now find parallel. Allow the leg to naturally rotate as you draw little circles here. Use your exhale to pull the leg up to your face and inhale down. It's a lot of quad. Left leg, think of it gluing down to the floor. Last one here, you hold and then reverse your circles. So here it's about how stable can you keep everything else while this leg moves around in space. Neck is still long, ribs are bolted to the mat. Let's do 3, hang in there, and 2, and 1. Flex that foot, lower it all the way down. All right, left knee into the chest. Find opposition just like your single leg stretch. From here, straighten the left leg up. Find your work, internal and external. Focus on that spot that feels really stuck or stubborn. Right foot is pushing up against that wall or door or imaginary. Right, we have 2 and 1. All right, draw those circles. Use your exhale to lift the leg up. Anybody else got a little shaky leg here? Chest is still open here. Hang in there. We got 2 and 1. We reverse. Let that leg just naturally rotate. Ooh, it is extra shaky today. We got 3. Right leg longer, and 2. and 1. I want you to flex that foot, lower it all the way down. All right, now from here, bend the knees, place the feet on the floor, back to that kind of hip socket distance apart, and just go ahead and lift the hips up. And allow the chest to puff up, kind of pull on the straps so you can get a hip opening here. And you can kind of rock the knees and the hips from side to side. And then go ahead and roll all the way down. All right, from here, legs go back straight again. Legs are zipped up, root down through your heels like they were in those straps. Take a big breath in. And then on your exhale, you're gonna roll yourself all the way up, right? Row yourself if you need, and then round forward. So just round forward here. And then stack your spine up tall, separate your feet to about the width of the mat, and take your hands to the handles. All right, you're gonna stack your spine up tall like you're sitting up against a wall. Pull your pinky toes back, find energy into the handles and into the arms. Take a big breath in. And then on your exhale, I want you to nod your chin and start to peel your spine away from that imaginary wall. Again, think chest going forward, ribs lifting up and back. And then pause here as you're reaching forward. Can you press down through the back of the legs just a bit more? And then from tail to crown, start to stack it all the way back up, up, up. Again, find that lift up out of your back. Exhale, nod your chin, peel the spine away. Right? It's like you're articulating away from the wall behind you. And then pause here in this forward fold. Can you round your low back and your tailbone under just a bit more? And then stack your spine all the way up. We forget about that low back, right? It's easy to round into the upper back. Again, big inhale here. On your exhale, nod your chin, round up and over. Feel your tailbone curl under a bit more here. Now take a big breath in. And then on your exhale, maybe you go a little bit further. This is your spine stretch. I want you to get one here. And then stack the spine all the way up. Now we're gonna do a little play on like our tower work. So I want you to row the elbows wide. All right, feel support with your upper back and your arms. From here, start to take the gaze up to the ceiling. Find a baby back bend as you back dive. Go up and over. Head touches the mat first. From here, you kind of slink yourself down and then you roll yourself all the way up and over. Stack the spine up tall. Row the elbows wide. Back dive up and over. Up and over. Let your arms help you. Head hits. Kind of slink down. Use your exhale to roll yourself all the way up. Again, elbows go wide. Heart lifts. Roll the chest open. Back dive up and over. Let the ribs weight into the mat and then roll yourself all the way up and forward. All right, my pants are just sticking today. So stack your spine up tall. We're gonna do our saw. So all it is spine stretch with a twist, all right? So lift up out of your waist. Let's twist to the left. Right hand reaches to left foot. Right shoulder to the center of the mat. Now find a push down into the handles to maybe lift the ribs. And then go ahead and come back to center. Right arm reaches around, left hand, right foot, left shoulder, center of the mat, lots of things. Now draw the shoulders out of the ears and then come back to center. If you feel restricted here, like, I don't know, the shoulder just feels funky, take your hands into the cradles, all right? So again, stack the spine up tall, round up and over, left arm reaches back, equal weight into your hips, feel back of the legs pushing down into the floor, and then come back to center. Last one like this, right arm reaches around, reach, 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 and then come back to center. All right, handles into the hands again, and then lie back down. Soles of the feet come together, just like your froggy presses from the chair. So I want you to press your heels together. Your arms are just straight here, either in handles or cradles. And then with your knees reaching wide and down, I want you to just give me a little tuck of the hips. And then hopefully you feel an inner thigh stretch. If you want to feel more, if you want to make this more active, lift the hips up. And then roll back down. All right, so we're just using our hips or our booty right now to facilitate that inner thigh stretch. Push the heels together, knees reach wide and down, and then come all the way down. Last one like this. Neck is still long. Now from here, just kind of rock the knees from side to side. All right, and if it doesn't feel good, right, you just stay there in that bridge. Think pubic bone higher than your 2 hip points, and then go ahead and come back to center and then just roll all the way down. All right, bring the legs together. Knees are gonna be bent, feet are on the floor. So either, once again, holding onto the handles or the straps, you'll know where you need to go, okay? So holding on, arms, they have a soft bend to them. And then from here, you're gonna start to circle the arms around and then up, back behind you, lifting your chest up into a sit-up, like a half sit-up. And then from here, start to curl the pelvis under, under, under. Arms are gonna circle around and then reach for your thighs again, okay? So it's kind of like a half circle, right? Again, depending on how long your straps are, it might be a big one. So let's do that again. Let your upper body help peel your spine up off of the mat. When you're up here, your palms are facing the wall in front of you. Think of reaching up into your push-through bar, all right? And then again, arms are gonna guide you. Pelvis curls back. You're trying to get your waistband into the mat first. Neck is still long. Roll back, all the way down. Okay, let's do that one more time. Neck elongates, the reach comes from your back. Legs are still super glued together if you can. And then roll back, roll back, roll back, all the way back. All right, so now let's bring the knees into the chest, okay? So here, we're not gonna come up as high, maybe about halfway. Again, I want you to find that sticky, challenging spot for your abdominals or for your roll up, all right? So arms just go out to the side, kind of like a back fly or a hug. Finds that upper ab curl here. Arms are reaching across the room. Pull your right knee into your ears. Your left leg shoots out long and away. And switch. Everything else stays stable as those legs move in space. Work that deep exhale as the knee pulls in, and switch. Let those inner thighs, the entire inside of the leg, graze the other one. Maybe you could use your upper body to curl up just one more little inch. Let's do 2. And 1. Bend both knees in, lower all the way down. Just take a quick moment. All right, let's do that again. Double leg stretch in your scissors. Let's do it. Let's just knock it out. Find that upper ab curl, that place where you struggle. Bring the knees into the chest, full exhale out. Inhale, legs shoot out long and away. And then exhale, empty the lungs, come all the way back in. Inhale away, squeeze the legs together. Exhale all the way in. Inhale away. Exhale, hug everything back in. Neck stays long. Inhale away, pause. Exhale, left leg lifts all the way up into your face. And switch. And switch. How straight can you get that leg as it lifts up into your face? Up and back. Use your exhale here. It's important. You can always do this with your head down. Let's do 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Bring it all the way in. Lower the feet down. Take your feet wide so knees are bent. Drop the knees off to the right. Like both knees could touch the floor, and drop the knees over to the left. All right, and back to center. So we're gonna play around with our teaser here. So legs zipped up, feet are down, knees are bent. We're gonna go back to that arm circling around and up, all right? So hold on to wherever feels comfortable. Arms are gonna reach around and up. Finds that sit up here. From here, can you keep everything stable and long, and then straighten the legs out in front of you and just hold. 2, 3. However you want to come out of it, you can. You can bend the knees back in, or you can lower the legs down as everything rolls down, rolls down, rolls down. Okay, so from here, we have a couple options. You can do the first one we just did, or you can start with legs straight. If you have the door, you might have room, all right? So do what you can here. Use your exhale once again at those trouble spots. Again, roll yourself up. Legs are gonna lift up. Inner thigh connection here. Spine is lifting tall. Now let those ribs soften just a bit more, but staying long. There you go. Now start to roll the pelvis away from the thighs. Let your arms help you. Round back, go all the way back. You feeling stomach yet? I hope so. Okay, one more. We're gonna play with the legs, all right? You always have the option to hold. All right, feel that strong inner thigh connection here. Exhale, roll yourself up, up, up. Can you get a little bit taller? And now inhale as the legs lower. Exhale to lift them up. It doesn't have to be big. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift yourself up. Think of reaching up into that push through bar. Good, 2 more here. Reach the toes away. Last one, you lift up and then roll down. Control it, control it, control it all the way down. Okay, you warm yet? Let's roll up. You're gonna come onto your stomach now. All right, so when you're on your stomach, hands are gonna be into either the handles or the cradles. Shoulders, if they're a little cranky, take the strap option, right? If you have more shoulder mobility, hands can go into the handles. So make sure you're not gonna punch the door with your arms straight. Take your forehead into the mat. And you decide what feels better. Legs can either be slightly apart or they can be zipped up together. But I would like for you to find some reach out through the legs. The tailbone is long and your pubic bone is reaching into the mat. Now from here, keep your long line and the forehead down. Just shrug the shoulders into the ears and then slide your shoulders back down. Shrug the shoulders up into the ears and then slide them down. So just a little elevation, depression. Now you can continue with this straight up and down of the shoulder blades or allow them to kind of roll around a little bit, right? So we're adding in maybe a little retraction, protraction, like you're drawing circles. And what I really want for you here is to focus on those sticky spots once again and maybe try to iron them out. So maybe if a shoulder blade feels stuck, just see if you can kind of work that out here. All right, now I want you to find center with your shoulder blades. So right, they're neither up, down, side to side, all the way in. So again, find your long line, find a press down into those straight arms. And then from here, can you rise up? Lift your chest up, reaching your heart forward, right? We're lifting up into our extension or our swan. And then I want you to lengthen to come all the way down. Again, can you keep the toes down as you lift your chest up, right? Bring your ribs with you. Open up the collarbones at the top and then come all the way down. So if you've done work on the reformer with the roll down bar, find a little pull apart here with your arms, just a little bit. And then all the way down. Okay, now we're gonna come up and play. So lift up into your strong extension or swan. Can you hold this shape as you row your right elbow out to the side and then back in? Left elbow out to the side and back in. Continue to alternate. Keep lifting up and growing longer and taller. We have 3, neckline long, and 2, and 1. Find the arms straight and then go all the way down. Now next time, we're gonna do both elbows wide. If you find that it's not for you, you can go back to that alternating, okay? So length out through your legs and out through the crown of the head. Press down into those straight arms, lift yourself up. From here, keep your shape, elbows go wide, and then reach forward. Exhale as they go wide. Inhale as they reach forward. Exhale wide. Inhale as they reach forward. 2 more. Little bit longer. Reach the arms forward and then lengthen all the way down. Take your hands out of the straps and just sit your hips back. Find a little child's pose or shell stretch. All right, let's go ahead now, turn around, face the other way for some planking. So we're gonna do 1 foot at a time here. So right foot, take it into the strap, into both straps, forgive me. You can either do this on hands or on your forearms. Please feel free, if you have the door mount, to lift your, or to shorten your strap a bit if it feels, I don't know, just not supported, or if you just want to try it, okay? So either hands or elbows underneath your shoulders. From here, find a push down into the hands. Feel like your chest is lifting up into your back. Make sure you can straighten your legs back behind you. And then go ahead and do so. So left foot is down, right foot is into the strap. And then from here, I want you to just play around with a weight shift in your right leg and in your left leg, right? But we're not swaying, it's just a little weight shift. Now find where you feel challenged, and then I want you to rock yourself forward and then back. Forward and back. It's from your mat work. Can you go so far forward that you come up onto that left big toe and back? Tailbone is long. Let's do 3 and 2 and 1, and then lower the knees down. Take a moment. You can always go back and forth between elbows and hands. So for this next one, we're gonna do a little play on a single leg stretch, okay? So lift the chest into the back, send your legs back, left foot stays down, right knee, pull it into your chest as your hips pike up, and then send the leg back out. Pull the knee into the chest, round and lift into the spine, and then back out. Let's do 2. And out. Last one here. Now go out to that long line. Can you pass through it? Find a little extension, and then nod your chin, round into your spine, bring the knee into the chest, and then lengthen back out. Find an extension here. Heart reaches forward. Use your exhale, lift the ribs, pull the knee in. Last one here. Reach the heart out and away. And then exhale, pull the knee in, and then lower down. Whew, how those arms feeling? Oh yeah. So for this next one, it's a play on mountain climbers. You do not have to take your hands off the floor, okay? Hands are down for everybody, so you've got space. Step your feet back for your plank. From here, step your left foot forward, kind of in between your hands. If you've got to take the knee down to get situated, do it, all right? So think of coming up onto like little spider fingers here. Tripod connection down through your left foot. I want you to round into the spine, lift the ribs off the thigh, hover the back knee up, pull the knee in and back out. In, back out. Now, if you want to get really, really light on the hands, maybe they hover, all right? Maybe you reach the arms out and away. You're trying to keep that hip low. You got it. Try to keep that left hip kind of reaching back a little bit. You got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. Let's do the other side. Depending also on if you're over to the right, to the left, the straps might be pulling you a little bit. So if you felt a little wobbly as you took your hands off, that could be the reason, okay? So every side is different. Be kind to yourself. So we have all those planks to do before we do those mountain climbers. Hands or forearms down. Push the floor away. You got this, hang in there with me. Step your legs back, find your plank. Now play around with that weight shift from left to right. And then from here you do that rock back and forth. It's kind of a prep to your planche. Now for some of you, right, maybe that leg is kind of hovering. Maybe you just pop it up 1 or 2 times. Let's do 3 and 2 and 1. Lower the knees down. Shake it out. Whew. All right, single knee pikes, and then we go into that extension and flexion. The extension is an option, please. If it doesn't feel comfortable, right, you just go into your flat back and then you go into that single leg stretch. Find your arm position for you today. Push the floor away. Step your feet back. Pull the left knee in as your hips pike up. Round into the spine, let the head drop. As the leg lowers back, find your flat back. Use your exhale, lift the ribs. Inhale out. Exhale, lift the ribs, pull the knee in and back out. Push the floor away. If you want to add in that extension here, you're more than welcome. Exhale, pull the knee in. Reach the heart forward. Exhale, pull the knee in. 2 more. You got this. Last one. And then lower the knee down. I'm extra sweaty today. All right. We're working hard. Let's do it. Mountain climbers. Again, every side is different, okay? Be kind to yourself. I mean that. Feet or hands, they come down. Step your feet back. Pull that right foot all the way up. All right, place the knee down if you have to, all right? Make sure those toes are pointing forward. Spider fingers here, round and lift the ribs off that thigh. Knee in and out. You gotta push down into that strap to really lift up. Take the arms off if you'd like. You guys are strong. Anybody hear that hip pop right there? Woo! Hang in there. Keep your tailbone curling under. Let's do 6. Can you get the hips lower? And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. Oh yeah. We are gonna leave our straps at this length. We're gonna come up to standing and we're gonna get a little thigh stretch. All right, so go ahead and grab your straps, handles in each hand. You're gonna find the top of your push-up here. So think hands kind of in line with your shoulders. Arms are gonna stay pretty straight. You're gonna step your right foot out. You're gonna lunge forward. Now from here, I want you to find a stretch in the front of your left hip. So if that means you gotta do a little bend to the knee or it stays straight, do you. And then press yourself back up. Left foot comes out, drive yourself forward, and then back up. Now hold here on this side. So my right foot is forward, left leg is back. I want you to think of picking up that left hip to your left rib and finding more length out through the crown of your head, and then press yourself back. If you need a deeper stretch in the shoulders, you're gonna start further away from your anchor point. And then back up. Let's do 2. Last one. Come all the way up. Now step only your right foot out. Right foot goes out. You do that lunge forward. From here, side bend over to the right. Think of your left arm growing a little bit longer. Can you keep going around? Circle the arms around like you could touch that back foot. Take your gaze with you if it's available. And then come back to center. Press yourself back up. Left foot out. Side bend up and over. Right arm goes up and around. Left arm reaches to that back foot. Take a big breath in. And then on your exhale, you're gonna come back to center. Press yourself up. We've got one more stretch to do. Right foot comes out. From here, open your arms out to the side and back behind you. All right, find a little baby back bend as you reach down and back. And then from here, bend your elbows a little bit and use that to find a deeper chest stretch. Think of the elbows trying to touch behind your back, and then straighten your arms, start to flatten the back out, reach the arms out in front, and then press yourself up. Again, left foot comes out. As the arms circle around, your chest opens. It looks up to the ceiling. This is long back arms. So a little bicep curl to deepen the stretch in the chest. Arms are gonna go straight. Flatten your back out. Circle the arms around and press yourself up. I hope that felt good. All right, top of your plank once again. Either legs zipped up together in a tiny Pilates V. From here, punch out through the fists. Find your head to tail length. And all I want you to do is hold this plank position with your spine, but just lift your heels up and then lower the heels down. Lift the heels up and down. Think equal weight into the balls of your feet. Now lift your heels up. Heels are gonna stay high. Arms are gonna stay straight. Slide the arms away, it's your long stretch. And then pull the arms back in. Inhale the arms away. And exhale, pull them back in. We also did this in our swan and our extension. So feel if this reach is coming from your back. Now everybody come up and pause here. I want you to get the sensation like your upper body or your chest is kind of rounding up and over, but your hips stay reaching forward, all right? Just like an upper ab curl. Can you keep that as the arms now go out? And then pull the arms back in. Inhale the arms away. And exhale, pull the arms in. Think of lifting those hips up to your ribs. Just a little bit different here. Last one. And then all the way back in. Now, flatten your back out here. Turn your palms facing in, soft bend to the elbows. Legs are still strong. You're gonna inhale as the arms open, and then exhale, hug the arms in. It's your hug or your chest fly, whichever background you have. Inhale, open. Exhale, broaden that upper back as those hands start to come together. Inhale out. Exhale, hug the arms in. Last one here. Okay, now I want you to turn the palms facing down again. Can you keep your heels lifted? How about those calves? Are they working? Oh yeah. From here, hold that long line. Bend the elbows, hands come back to your temples, and then straighten the arms. If you need to make this easier, walk your feet out a little bit. Bend the elbows, hand come back to your temples, and then straighten the arms. So when you bend your elbows, right, this is your forearm plank right here. That's it. Maybe they can go a little bit further, and then straighten the arms. Keep the elbows hugging in like you've got a magic circle or something between them. Anybody else's calves shaking? Mine are. Let's do 3. Let's exhale as we bend. And then inhale as you straighten. One more here. And then lower those heels down. Shake it out. From here, just walk forward. Reach the arms up and overhead. Bend the elbows and just hang on the straps. And I personally like to do like a little, kind of just like a little sway or wiggle from side to side. Okay, let's go ahead now. Turn you around. You're facing your anchor point here. In fact, let's shorten the straps just a bit. So if you've got a door anchor, you can go all the way up to your equalizer ring or just all the way short. If you've got the ceiling mount, go mid to where it's like that halfway point. Handles in your hands, facing your anchor point. Legs are zipped up. Pin the elbows into your sides, palms are facing in. Okay, we're just gonna do your low row. So let the arms go straight and then low row yourself up. Think of those hips being expressed up to that anchor point. And for my Pilates people out there, all this is a bent elbow chest expansion. So the next time your elbows come into you, think of them almost going behind you so those collarbones can pull apart just a bit more, and then let the arms go straight. Just play around with that at the top. It's easy for them to kind of go out wide. We'll do that in a moment. Those pinkies are wrapping around just as much as your index fingers. Let's do 2. And 1. Now let the arms go straight. Turn your palms facing down to the floor at like a 45 because we're gonna do our mid row here. Elbows row wide, but not high, all right? Arms go straight. And if you are familiar with the reformer work, think pull straps too here. So as the elbows go wide, they reach across the sides of the room and then back. So we're not going into like crazy retraction here. We're trying to keep that space in the upper back. Finds that pinky line of the hand and at the arm. Let's do 3 and 2 and 1. Pull yourself all the way up. Arms are gonna reach forward. Dive yourself down, walk your feet away from one another, and then when you're here, just find a stretch. So bend one knee, kind of sway yourself from side to side. And then go ahead and just find center and then roll yourself all the way up. So here at the top with the arms straight, I want them kind of in line with a high belly button. So here's my belly button. I'm gonna go right up here. Feet maybe about shoulder width distance apart. From here, as I reach my upper body forward, I'm gonna sit my hips back. So I really get this kind of tractioning sensation in my body. And then from here, I want you to bend your knees. Think of them going past your toes so you can round into your spine and then roll yourself all the way up. All right, so as you hinge forward, think back just stays flat. You're pressing down into those handles, booty sits back. And then bend into the knees, let that tailbone curl under to roll yourself all the way up. Let's do that one more time. Make it feel good, y'all. Hips sit back. Kind of hang on the straps and the handles. And then round into your spine. Lift the ribs, roll the hips under. Come all the way up. All right, one last one here. You're gonna hinge forward. From here, arms are gonna stay straight. Sweep your right arm up to the ceiling as your left knee bends, and then pause here. I want you to press that right big toe into the floor as your hip sticks out. And then come back through center. Left arm sweeps around, right knee bends. Plant the left ball of your foot down. And then come back to center one more time each side. Find that long reach out through the crown of your head and then back. Big opening of that wingspan. And then back to center. And then from tail to crown, stack the spine all the way up. Give those shoulders a last roll at the top. And you are done. Nice work today, y'all.